Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you my Week 13 Sunday Night Football predictions between the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, without a further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the injury report of the Buffalo Bills, starting with defensive tackle Dwayne Carter with a wrist injury, tackle Tylen Grable, I think that's how you say it, with a groin injury, tight end Dalton Kincaid with a knee injury. Now, all of those players are out for this game. Then we move on to wide receiver Keon Coleman with a wrist injury and linebacker Matt Milano with a bicep injury, both questionable for the game. Then we move on to linebacker Terrell Bernard with an ankle injury, tackle Spencer Brown with an ankle injury, wide receiver Amari Cooper with a wrist injury, cornerback Khair Elam with a shoulder injury, fullback Reggie Gilman, or Gilliam, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, but he has a hip injury. Wide receiver Mac Hollins with a shoulder injury, defensive tackle Daquan Jones with a foot injury, tight end Quentin Morris with a shoulder injury, safety Taylor Rapp with a foot injury and a shoulder injury, and then also Curtis Samuel with a pectoral injury, defensive end Casey Toohill with a knee injury, and linebacker Dorian Williams with a knee injury. Now, in conclusion of this, I in fact believe that the offense will not suffer even though they've lost a tackle and their top tight end. Honestly, the defense will have the most issues. I think that receiving wise, they're good. They're good really all over the place. The Buffalo Bills on offense. Honestly, they're just going to be having to replace one tackle and a tight end. Honestly, have no issues. But the defensive tackle, Dwayne Carter, linebacker Matt Milano, who has not been almost throughout the entire year with the Buffalo Bills. And then you get all of the other players who will be playing, like Terrell Bernard and Khair Lamb, Daquan Jones, who were previously injured and are coming into the game. They could re-injure themselves, and that could be a devastating part for the Buffalo Bills. But I still think that even so, they'll be all right. Now, on to the offense of the Buffalo Bills, starting with quarterback Josh Allen, running back James Cook, fullback Reggie Gilliam, I don't know. Then we move on to wide receivers Amari Cooper, Khalil Shakir, and Keon Coleman. If Coleman cannot go, Jalen Virgil will take over. Tight end, we got Dawson Knox. Left tackle, we got Dion Dawkins. David Edwards at left guard, Connor McGovern at center, right guard Osiris Torrance, and right tackle Spencer Brown. Now this offense, I think the offensive line is going to be pretty good. No issues there. Honestly, very good protection for James Cook and Josh Allen. Then we move on to the receiving core. Amari Cooper, Keon Coleman. Coleman has not been living up to the hype of his obviously of his drafting, of being drafted in the second round, early second round. He's still a very good receiver to worry about. Dawson Knox, pretty good tight end. And then you got James Cook in that backfield, and he'll run right over you. And obviously, one of the biggest threats on that offense is Josh Allen. And that is the one thing that the 49ers are going to have to shut down immediately, because Josh Allen, he can run and he can throw. Starting off with defensive ends Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa. Defensive tackles Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. Weak side linebacker Matt Milano, and if he cannot go, Dorian Williams will take over. Strong side linebacker Nicholas Moreau. And then we got inside linebacker Terrell Bernard. Cornerback Rasul Douglas and Christian Benford. Nickelback Teron Johnson. Free safety Damar Hamlin, and Taylor Rapp at strong safety. Now, when it comes down to it, I in fact believe that this is going to be a pretty good defense for the Buffalo Bills. Now, you got AJ Epinesa and Rousseau up front in the defensive line. You got Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. They're just in the gaps between the center and guards, and even the guards and tackles. And then you get Matt Milano coming back, potentially. So that's a very big gain. Terrell Bernard's a pretty good guy. Nicholas Moreau as well. He's pretty decent. Razul Douglas is pretty good as well. And Christian Benford's pretty decent. Teron Johnson is a pretty good nickel for the Bills. Damar Hamlin, we all know about him. And Taylor Rapp's pretty good safety as well. So in the end, this team is all around a very good defense. But is this very good defense really gonna stop the San Francisco 49er offense? That is the biggest question of the Bills defense. Now moving on to the San Francisco 49er injury report, starting out with guard Aaron Banks with a concussion, defensive end Nick Bosa with a hip and oblique injury, defensive tackle Jordan Elliott with a concussion, cornerback Demondrier Lenoir with a knee injury, and tackle Trent Williams along with linebacker Ray Greenlaw with an ankle and an Achilles injuries respectively. Now all of those players are out for the game. Then we get a linebacker Demetrius Flanagan Fowles with a knee injury, defensive tackle Kevin Givens with a groin injury, cornerback Renardo Green with a neck injury, quarterback Brock Purdy with a shoulder injury, wide receiver Chris Conley with a knee injury, tackle Dominic Puny with a shoulder injury, and wide receiver Jacob Cowing with a concussion. The last two, Puny and Cowing, are indeed going to play, while the rest are questionable for the game. And the only one of the questionables that I do not believe is going to play is Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. He, in fact, will miss this game. And realistically, this defense is actually very injured. Like, you got Nick Bosa out. You got Jordan Elliott out. You got Lenoir out. You got Greenlaw out. You got potentially Flanagan out. You got Givens potentially out as well. Like, this is just insane when it comes to injuries on the defense. And obviously, you got the potential of Brock Purdy being out, the quarterback. Yes, Brock Purdy, the 49er quarterback, is also on the injury report as questionable. And then you get also, on offense, Brent Williams out, Aaron Banks out. Like, these are some key players that you shouldn't really be able to win if you don't have them, but anything could happen really in next man up. So in the end, this is going to injure the defense more than the offense, but it's going up against Buffalo, so you never know what could happen. Now on to the San Francisco 49er offense. We got Brock Purdy at quarterback, but if he cannot go, Brandon Allen will take over. Running back, we got Christian McCaffrey. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Wide receivers are Deebo Samuels, Jawan Jennings, and Ricky Pearsall. Tight end, George Kittle. Left tackle, Jalen Moore. Left guard, Spencer Burford. Center, Jake Brindell. Right guard, Dominic Puny. And right tackle, Colton Mikovits. Now, this offensive line is going to be pretty weak without Trent Williams obviously being on that left side of the field. And yes, Aaron Banks also gone. Burford coming in. It's going to be a weak left side. That's the blind side of Brock Purdy. So realistically, we're going to have to watch out for that. Other than that, you got an exciting offense with Christian McCaffrey in that backfield, Deebo Samuels and Ricky Pearsall, and even Jawan Jennings at receiver, George Kittle in the game. These guys are key targets for Brock Purdy, both in the pass and in the case of McCaffrey, both the pass and run game. In the end, it will turn out very decent for the 49ers on offense. In the end, it's what the defense does that really matters in this game for both teams. Now on to the 49er defense. We got defensive ends Leonard Floyd and Robert Beal Jr., defensive tackles Malik Collins and Kalea Davis, weak side linebacker Devondre Campbell, and inside linebacker Fred Warner. And on the strong side linebacker, we got Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. And if he cannot go, D. Winters will take over. Cornerback Chavarius Ward. Isaac Yadom will be the other one. And then we got free safety Giari Brown and Malik Mustafa at strong safety. Now, when it comes down to the defense, obviously the defensive line is pretty battered. Obviously, you don't got Jordan Elliott and you don't got Nick Bosa. Those are two big losses on the 49er defensive line. Then you get obviously very good linebackers in Fred Warner and Devondre Campbell, and potentially we'll see the Winters in the game, other than Demetrius Flanagan fouls. Honestly, Javarius Ward is a decent corner along with Isaac Yadom. And obviously, the safeties, for me at least, they are honestly decent, but they're not good. Like, they're decent enough to do something, but throw an Amari Cooper down there. You're going to be hurt all day long. And that's what the 49ers can't afford. They got to get to Josh Allen. They got to stop the run. And with some of these injuries, they might actually not be able to stop the run or pass game of the Buffalo Bills. Now, in conclusion, I have the Buffalo Bills winning this 38-30. Now, this is going to be an explosive offensive game. We're probably seeing like 4 touchdowns, 2 from McCaffrey on the run, 2 from Purdy in the pass, and on the other side, 3 from Allen alone. 1 probably a rushing touchdown, and then another touchdown, this time by James Cook. Honestly, I'm going to say this. The Bills have this game in the bag. The Niners are weak, and this is the time to take them down. They have to do it. If the Bills are unable to take down the San Francisco 49ers now, then it'll all be over in the future for when they have to face even tougher opponents and make it into the playoffs, and then face off against teams like the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, who are somehow unstoppable in the playoffs even though they're weak in the regular season. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think will win and who do you think will lose? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.